I'm going to assume this is not COD.
This is not COD, but it's legally distinct in every way.
Right.
You're not a lawyer, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Welcome.
That's what I would say.
They're not allowed to do that.
Well, that's true. They're not. Okay, so what is this?
Well, it isn't COD, and it's not a lot of things, but most of all, it's not that. It's a side-scrolling run and gun. It's an irreverent parody of the Call of Duty series, and it's also a satire. Here we're in the trenches at the very beginning of the game, but we're actually in the quaint English village of St Bumley-on-the-Taint. Of course, yeah, which is run by the Reverend Murdoch, whose first name isn't Rupert, even though he controls a parish newspaper called The Bum, you see. And this is episode 1, Call of Judy, and Reverend Murdoch has a load of files on everybody in the village, and your job is to get them back, especially the one about Judy. You're just meeting our squad here. This is Dennis the Gates. They call him that because he can open gates. Next up we have, there's Arian Bill, and that's Bill. And we're just fighting our way through the trench here, and I just run through here. So we have a very hand-drawn art style, and all the sound, if you could hear it, is all made by the human mouth. So all the gunshots, like, and all the music is completely a cappella and all layered, and it's really nice. This is our second game. Our first game, not GTA 5, came out last year on Steam. And
why doesn't that name surprise me?
Yeah, exactly. And that caused a bit of a stir online, so people asked us what we were going to make next, so this is what we've come out with. We're hoping to be out on Steam in the next couple of weeks, but depending on how many bugs we find, it could be slightly longer, but hopefully that should be fine. We'll be on PC, Mac and Linux. Someone's alive, there they are. They're always alive.
Very simple control system.
Yeah, it's exactly.
The
yeah, there's also full controller support, and we've got, as you saw when you arrived, we've got 2-player split-screen zombie mode as well. So that's great fun, and that's been just survival. So you can just play that for hours and hours. There's someone still alive. Who's alive? There they are. There we go. He's a good runner. He's very fast. He's been through a lot of training. I just want to get to the bit where we get out of the trench, because that's much more interesting to look at.
You have bosses and the likes?
Yes, there's a big boss fight at the end, which is really, really good fun. We also have these mounted gun sections, which are sort of waves of enemies that come at you, which is great fun as well. So yeah, there's got quite a childish looking style to look at, but the actual content is quite dark. Like later on you get into the heart of the church and you're fighting nuns, and there's the Reverend keeps altar boys locked up in his basement, and it's quite a dark sense of humour, as you'll see shortly, as we're right at the end of this bit now. Let's kill all these guys. Here we are. And we find now, he's saying here that we're actually not, this isn't the real trenches, this is a World War II reenactment at the St Bumley Church Fete. And they weren't expecting us to use live rounds.
Oh, okay.
And so now we're going to be going through to the fate. I'm sure he's saying something extremely witty and funny at this point. There they go. Grab a health pack. And here we are here at the fate. It's lovely. There's jumble sale, tasty buns. There's one of those things that if the closer you look, you'll find more and more jokes. There's a narwhal there. He's just giving a little tour. You can actually go, I'll go up here in a second, you can go up to the top of the Fate Ferris wheel there, which is very good fun. There's another game there of Sponge the Sinner. She with her, throw sponges at her and her children.
Yeah, that looks like a normal Fate.
It looks all normal so far.
Yeah,
you see there's paper recycling cans and Eternal Souls, run by Pews International. His head comes off, that's not supposed to happen.
Okay.
That'll be fixed. And so will their strange arms, I don't know why they're doing that.
Oh yeah.
They're sort of reloading backwards. Here we go. This is one of my favourite bits of the game. Go up to the top of the carousel here. And here's a carousel, and we're on the top of the Ferris wheel with a sniper rifle here. And it turns out that the children here are actually attend Sunday school, and they're all brainwashed and cloned by the Reverend Murdoch. and so they need to be eliminated. Yeah, just getting a little tutorial down. As you can see, it's got real turny action.
Yep.
It's got it all. It should come round in a sec.
I like how it points to his crotch.
Yeah, of course. It's a bit pervy. Here they come. So as you can see, it looks quite child friendly, but it's actually quite dark.
Yeah.
As you spray their brains all over the carousel. And they're actually voiced by real children screaming and crying. So it's actually quite disturbing, really.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, we're trying to show that people don't bat an eyelid when they play Call of Duty games and kill 400 people in one go. And so we're trying to show what war is actually kind of really horrible and nasty. And there's actually a graveyard in the menu where you can see every single person that you've killed, and they have little gravestones and names and stuff. And I think that's what war is really like. They just pile them up, yeah. Who cares? There's just meaningless. I'm really bad at this when it starts to move. There you go, get it. Just brains there. Yeah. There we go. And there's lots of little bits like that, sort of mini games almost, that you get intel and other collectibles. So there's a level of collectibleness and replayability there. You can play that game as well. We'll give you some intel. It's good fun. Here we've got the marrow competition, and what happens is every year the Reverend always wins because he fills his marrows full of horse semen, you see. And Judy always comes second. And there's the Reverend's one, and so you've got to destroy it. So as you can see, it looks and sounds and everything about this game is kind of different to anything else you'll see here today, probably. So it's, if for nothing else, it's unique. A few people have sort of referred to us as like the South Park of British games, and that's kind of what we're going for. There it goes. We've got full political satire with, you know, the whole Reverend Murdoch thing, the Catholic Church and the media and war, all the way down to sort of bum jokes and poo. So there's the whole spectrum of comedy, really. It's something for everyone. Here we go, the Boy Scouts are coming after us now. And they're actually quite tough.
They are shooting by me.
Yeah, exactly. They're asking for it.
Kind of had that covered.
Yeah. Don't mess with me. Something really quite disturbingly satisfying about blasting a small boy in the face with a shotgun. Heard it here first.
I'm not putting that on video.
Take it as you will. Only because you know it's true.
I'm not agreeing with you.
No, it's all just come down.
So yeah, this comes out on Steam for PC, Mac and Linux in 2 weeks' time, so the 29th of April, hopefully.
Okay, great.
So watch out for it.
Yeah, I think we have to.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep an eye just to see at least what happens. I'm sure something will kick off. Will offend somebody. We always manage to. So.
Sounds like you'll think this game good too.
It did a bit, yeah. That has happened.
Is this going to be an ongoing thing now? Not so and so?
Yeah, that is the plan. I mean, we've got, as I said, this is a 5-part game. So the first one, Call of Duty, is coming out soon. Then episode 2, Modern Horsefair, is in the works. That one's nearly finished too, so that will be coming soon. Then we've got episodes 3, 4 and 5, and as you play, the graphics improve to the point where you're like photo people moving around, and it's exactly the same as this, but with photorealistic graphics. There he is. You see him with his ice cream there. Unfortunately, the ice cream's been poisoned, and he's going to mutate. And now we've got to find the ice cream van and destroy them before anyone else gets transmogrified. There it is. Never trusted those ice cream vans. And those little tunes they play, luring in children like the Pied Piper. No, thank you. Yeah, take that. Yeah, and you can fire them as civilians if you want as well. That's always fun. And then you find out actually it wasn't Mr. Whippy that was the problem. It's Mr. Creamy, and you should leave Mr. Whippy alive. And he says that he's actually a lovely chap. I know his children. Goodness me, they love their dad so much. So here's Mr. Creamy now, who's actually armed and dangerous. It's almost like a mini boss. So that's him. But then there's just more and more of them to the point. It's quite a nice little dodging, because there's smoke trails get in the way and stuff, so it's quite a nice little... There's lots of different changes of dynamic as you go through. So there's bits where you've got to avoid snipers and run through and use smoke grenades to sort of cause cover and run from grave to grave in a graveyard. So there's lots of different sort of types of gameplay as well. It's not just clicking and running. It's quite... it's a lot harder than it looks as well. Obviously, I've played this far too much. Feel free to have a go if you want to have a go and find out for yourself.
All right, well, unfortunately, I've got to end it there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, thank you so much for
Lovely to meet you.
showing me the game.
Not at all.
It's quite something.
It is very
It is. No, thank you.
Thank you so much, man.